So, there should not be an office anymore. We should be in
All of
blackness.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yep. I'm sorry, narrator. We know how this ends. Somehow.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes. I guess we've now gone back in time to a point where we didn't make that terrible, fatal mistake.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You know what? This is all terribly, tragically just like real life. Using slides to sure implies that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic. Oh my god. What do people want? Things happy? Nope, it's not happiness. Yep. Graphs about things and money. Profits of profits. Yep, this is a corporation simulator. I'm going in the broom closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Are you sure? Look at this. I could pick up that wrench. We could be playing Half-Life right now.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
You're
no
not
reason
right.
to still be here.
I could take the broom with me. We could be playing Farm Simulator. We could...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Look, stop insulting me. I found a cool broom closet.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I like hearing your voice. It's very soothing. I suspect that if I hang out in the broom closet,
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Then why would it be here?
Thought to mention it.
This room actually has more props in it than any other room I've seen so far. And in fact...
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
We're doing it right now. Hey guys, let's watch Fwipp be in a broom
was
closet.
fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is.
Now you're insulting
that or with
me.
Drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
That's really good incentive to make me continue with this game.
I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard.
No, I'm fine.
Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities.
I don't know if this would even work.
It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them.
Well.
All right. When you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
I think we've probably exhausted all the random narrative exposition here. So let's do that.
Ah, second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
All right, so we've You know what?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, then that was our little trip to the broom closet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You know what? That sounds better than wandering downstairs into whoever knows where, what, when, why. Sure. Really? It won't let me into the executive bathroom? Oh my gosh. If that's not cool, I don't know what is.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him.
There's a keypad?
And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number. 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
But there isn't a keypad behind the desk. Unless he means some other desk.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Fine, I'll do it.
Incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code.
Oh.
Sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Why did all the windows shutter? Is anybody else shivering in slight fear? Oh god, the elevator? Really? It seems we've found the story. Great. Just great. When we were just enjoying our broom closet adventure, this got thrown right at me. Oh my god. Fair enough, game. Fair enough. At least you haven't actually honestly ended. It came close.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar.
What, like I've been here before?
There was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Wouldn't it, Mr. Foreshadowing Narrator? I don't know about you, but,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Are you sure? Is there no alternative? Yeah, okay, button's dead. I tried. You know, I don't know. It seems to me that if you see a giant room marked Mind Control Facility, it's a good idea not to go there.
Although this passage, but of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Oh dear God, this is weird. Bing bong.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Well, we can try. No, I don't have to press it a second time. I guess we're honestly here in the mind control facility. Fabulous. Absolutely nothing works. Oh, God.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Interesting. So we're all just cogs in a machine, literally. You know, that's a little bit, you know, facetious. Is that the right word? Just saying. You know what? I like this concept, but it's just too flat. I mean, you know, it's a bit too obvious.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Yes. No, yep. Just like real life.
No. He refused to believe it.
No, it's true.
He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable.
Does that say pirate?
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Yeah, he has.
Here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Well, the plus side, this is very atmospheric. Everything else just seems to be offline, though. You know, maybe this is why there's nobody here. Somebody already did it. And you freed Stanley, and it just took him a lot longer than everybody else to wake up. Oh, dear God. We're going to turn the facility back on because we're an idiot.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
And yet...
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
Yes,
Control?
We're going to go completely insane.
Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do.
Oh.
You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system.
That
In the
works.
event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode.
Nuclear?
Eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine.
Dear God.
You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires.
Okay.
Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
God dang it.
Mere moments
Open.
until the bomb goes off.
Open.
What precious moments each one of them is.
Open door.
More time to talk about you. About
No.
me.
No.
Where we're going.
No. This is
All
bad.
this means I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated.
That do nothing.
All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
What's this
Other
say?
times,
5?
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it
3?
go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with
Oh, God.
on the next
1,
go-around will be even better.
2.
My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much.
Oh, this isn't good.
To hell with it. I'm going
Oh!
to put some extra time on the clock. Why
Thank you.
not? These are precious additional seconds.
1,
Stanley. Time doesn't
2.
grow on trees. Oh dear
Where's
me,
3?
What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Where's
Or did
3?
you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off?
There it is.
I mean,
Oh my god.
look at you,
I figured it out.
running from button to
3.
button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
Look, this
Everything,
works.
anything,
Shut up.
Something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley?
Because that's how
This video
games
game
work.
can be beaten? One solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley.
I don't like you, narrator.
You're in for quite a disappointment.
Really?
But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
This
You
is
wanted to
good.
control this world, that's fine.
I've done everything
I'm going
else
to destroy
I could think
it
of.
first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces.
Maybe there's a number 6
Will you cling
somewhere.
desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second. of
Open
your
it!
inevitable
Open it,
life
please!
From the moment we fade in until the moment I say happily ever after.
It didn't work, did it? I tried. I hit all 5 buttons. I hit the big red one. I stood over the trap door. I thought I was onto something. I think I failed anyway.